Welcome to the first session of Edwards Vacuum Laboratory Talk podcast. Todd, Dave, and I have over 60 years of vacuum experience between us, and we represent Edwards North American Scientific Vacuum Division. My name is Dan Rutherford, and I've worked in multiple roles during my 24 years at Edwards, and I'm currently the Market Sector Manager for the OEM analytical sector.
And I'm David Steele. I'm a Market Sector Manager for R&D here at Edwards. I've been involved in vacuum technology for a little over 35 years now, and just over 25 years of that time has been at Edwards.
And I'm Todd TeVogt, and I've held various positions within Gamma Vacuum and Edwards Vacuum since 2009, primarily supporting UHV and XHV customers and sales channels in North America. The goal of this podcast series is not going to be aimed at Edwards products specifically.
Though it does make us very happy when you buy them.
Yes, it does. We are very interested in providing some insight into the vacuum technology that not only benefits some of the newer users in the vacuum community, but may also be a refresher for some of the more experienced users. Our discussions will be based on the technical uses of vacuum in a general laboratory setting. So any strange, unique, or oddly fascinating applications will probably be better discussed separately. In upcoming podcasts, we'll be getting into the detail of all sorts of vacuum technology related topics, including how various vacuum measurement units work and different types of pump technologies.
And we'll cover practical subjects like best practices for operating different types of pumps and pipework used to connect vacuum systems together, and how these will impact the overall performance of your system.
Yes, and we'll be planning on discussing different types of vacuum metrology gear like vacuum gauges, helium leak detectors, and even residual gas analyzers. We'll also chat about the different considerations that you need to think about when moving from rough vacuum into the high vacuum region.
So again, during our series, we're going to spend a lot of time on the best practices for design and operation of your vacuum system. If you have a bit of experience setting up a basic vacuum system, it isn't too difficult. But without this experience, you can make some very simple mistakes which can rob you of the performance you are looking and paying for. We hope to provide you with some simple guidelines to help you along.
Proper selection of the pumps, gauging, and hardware are critical when designing a vacuum system. The vacuum level and expected gas flows you will need to operate at for your application will many times dictate what size and type of pump that you will need. It will also help you determine the type and accuracy of gauges you will need to employ, and finally, what interconnecting hardware you will need.
We'll also talk about how to connect these components together using well-established vacuum practices to maximize their performance. Understanding the best operating and maintenance principles of the various different vacuum components will help you protect both your monetary investment and minimize system downtime. Well, that's about all we've got time for in our brief introduction today. In our next podcast, we're going very basic, right back to the start and discussing what vacuum is and some of the practical uses of vacuum.
So please continue to check back with us in the future, as we're hoping to release new podcasts about every week or two. If you have any specific questions you'd like us to answer during a future podcast, please send them to us at podcast@edwardsvacuum.com, and we will do our best to include these in a future session.
If you have an immediate need for information, you can try to reach out to any of our technical support folks or salespeople at Edwards Vacuum by emailing info@edwardsvacuum.com. Until the next time, this has been Dave, Dan, and Todd with Edwards Vacuum Laboratory Talk.